So let's have a little go. So stack all of them on wood, and we put one onto building that mill nice and early. Just so we're nice and fresh. Now, it's a pretty damn simple build to go for. I like to make sure that everything's just rolling in order. Get that going. Now, I only got one load of the wood. Get the upgrades. So again, a lot of this build is about tempo, about speed, about getting things going, but this for me has worked out really nicely. We get this house nice and early. I just use the same guy that builds the mill. Very often your games with Delhi don't really go beyond or go to getting farms around this first mill anyway. So instead of thinking about the perfect layout, very often it's just about efficiency. Reason being, if the game does go on, when you start getting those castles, those keeps around the map, because you've got the village fortress, actually act as a drop-off building as well, meaning, well, it's much better to have those buildings situated, or those farms situated around your keeps for safety, rather than a mill that's kind of in front of my base. Alrighty. So at this point, we've got the 8 workers on the food, nice and early. Now my opponent is French. So they're an aggressive civ. Now French hasn't been deemed that strong recently. I'm basically going to scout my side of the map, just see what's going on. Then have a little look at him. And see what's going down on his side of things. But in general, I already feel that we're in okay shape just based on the matchup and the map. But I will be playing it out totally standard and normal anywho. Maybe we'll plonk another guy on... In fact, no. We're gonna go for the wood here. I want to show you the nice build. So 8 on food, 3 on the wood, or 3 on the gold, 1 on the wood so far. So the wood, we're just utilising the chopping from that base earlier, or from that wood stump earlier. That's a berry pack and a half. So we're obviously on Lipany. So even if we were thinking about the farms, another argument is, well, shouldn't have to get farms at all anyway, because, well, this is a berry map galore. So we will drop that off there. Get the Tower of Victory flowing. Drop off those sheep. So we've scouted quite a bit of our side of things, and it's all looking honky-dory. 4 on food will satisfy constant villager production. So that's what I tend to go for. And a nice swift tech. And this is... We'll get to the magic, I suppose, of this newish Delhi build that's been rolling out. And we'll find out what our opponent's going for. But in general, we have to be prepared for the fact that A, they can make knights nice and early. And B, they definitely like their archer pushers. So we've got a mill here, usually indicates that he's gone for a wheelbarrow build. Nice and standard, nice and standard. And we're going to be getting onto that bit where we are going to drop off the gold. And boom, stop this. And with that, we're doing the garrison. So the scholar will just up and at him. He'll be made in here while we're not teched up yet, so you don't actually miss any time. Oh, he's gone for the market one. Alright, that's cool, that's cool. And this player's a good player, so this isn't one of those games where I think he's memeing. It's one of those games where I think he's playing well. So my market's here, his market's going to be over here. These are things that we're thinking about right now, and we will have to answer for. So as this scholar just finished, we now can resume getting these upgrades, and we get Sanctity straight away. Get all the other upgrades as well. We'll cancel that one and get the horticulture instead. No. What do we want to do? I think we could do a few things here. We'll go for horsemen first, just for a bit of speed and map mobility. This would be my normal thing anyway. But because we got that second scholar, instead of just getting a mosque, and we got it at a very nice time there. we're now in a position where we can pump out units. I could even say to myself, alright, do I want... Let's split those up so they're on the slightly closer berry. Do I want horsemen straight away? Do I want upgrades straight away? Right now we're focusing on one blacksmith. I'll get two, just while we kind of find out what's going on. And I'll get the ranged upgrade first. My main unit of choice in this game will actually be archers. We've got the Tower of Victory, meaning 20% attack speed on those bad boys. And yeah, 2 blacksmith. I go for the range upgrades first. Then we're just going to slot in the next upgrades as well. But we're going to run over here. And we'll plonk another mill there. So this scout will eventually die. I think he went for 2 scouts. And he started to make a wall and stuff. So we know that his market's going to be over here. So we know that this is... Well, we already knew that it was going to be a severely strong build by him. And dedicated to the trade. Otherwise, you get the other landmark 100%. That was me just shift-clicking over. And with our next 100 or 150 wood, we get the archery range. And voila, we start killing these traders, lads. Nice and smooth. There we are. Tell you what, not going bad so far, right? But we will go plonk these bad boys out. So he's going to have at least a drop-off or 2, right? At least a drop-off or 2. And we start to see a good number of the dudes. These spear lads coming out. Ooh. Bit of an error there, but nothing too major. I think I've got my sound on lower, so I apologise for this YouTube video. So really big Great Wall he's got rolling out with, right? We will use this time to make a secondary mosque here, because now we're going to start getting the resources to actually make use of it. And I'll put just 2 archers there. And now we're going to start... Where do I want to go here? That's the question. This market would shut down a lot. Ooh. Alrighty. We'll try and get on that site rather quickly here. So shift click. Make sure we're stopping the site from being caught. Bob's your uncle, lads. Bob's your uncle. Got that. I guess we can start to make a little... Now, I do like the look of that berry pack. Aha! Now at this point, I think we'll add on a 3rd production building. And we do actually have some decent-ish upgrades on the go. But here, we're building. Now he's starting to get some archers as well in the mix, which is cool. We're stopping that site from being caught here. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. Now, it does get a little bit messy, doesn't it? But we're rolling with 2 sites thus far. He might cancel this one for now, but we're in. And here. Again, just making sure everything's flowing nicely. Producing good. And we actually blocked it. That's good, that's good. Get some nice catches going on here. Remember, biggest thing at this point in time, just making sure we're producing a lot. So, and we're doing just that. And we'll go for this market of his, because if we can mess that up, we can mess a good amount of stuff up, actually. So a lot about this build is just tempo. Tempo and just making sure that everything's going decently for us. Now, that is going to be some good losses here. Secure this. Secured this as well. And we'll get the middle. But I feel like every time that we shut something down, it's kind of nice for us. And that's a lot, obviously. That's a lot of... I mean, this army that we have is massive, actually. So this is the magic of Delhi right now. Onyava! Thank you for the Twitch Prime, matey. And we're going to put that on there. Sprinkle all these around. Yeah, I keep messing up with that wall, so that's not the best example. Now remember, he is trading, but it's not the biggest trade in the world, because we've been shutting it down continuously. And we're actually, if you look at our resources, we're incredibly close to being able to age up here, as well as putting on all this pressure, which is quite phenomenal. And we've got the 3 sacred sites that he has to worry about. You know, this is not a nice position for him to be in. Age up time, baby. Let's go for it there. This is separating our scholars so we can get all the relics. And that, Bob's your uncle, lads. Bob's your uncle. That is how you take on a French player doing the trade build with Delhi. Now, Delhi on this map, super damn strong. But Delhi on this map, yeah, I'm not sure French stand a chance if you do it correctly. But the big thing here is players have really figured out how to do a good Delhi build where you don't have to go for the second blacksmith. That was me being a bit greedy, if you will. But delaying your second mosque and getting out that second scholar as you age up to age 2, and then you can get sanctity, actually speeds up that sanctity. And you realise that if you had any more scholars anyway, let's say you have 3, or even 4 potentially, because you are mining extra gold, can you really cover 3 sites at the same time? And do you want to? This really allows you to pack up a bigger punch, stack all your economy onto wood and food, get out the production you need, which, if you have an archery range and a stable to start things off, specifically the stable, just to get you a bit of map control. You saw how much those early horsemen did just for killing some traders. And if he didn't go the trade route, and we had some horsemen kind of knocking about, it can also put him on the back foot a little bit, so his knights can't just be aggro against you. But yeah, once you get out this army, and especially when you think about, hey, these guys are boosted. Like, these archers are going to trade efficiently if he also makes archers. You just put yourself in really nice shape, and we'll have a look at the income tab here. So even though our bro had trade, which that got him an extra 1,000 gold, but remember, that also costs him quite a bit to get those traders out. Not because he has to buy them, but he has to buy the eco upgrades, which are free for you as a Delhi player. So we end up with about 1,000 more food. Let's say 500 more wood, so 1.5k. And he ends up with 1,200 more gold. But we have to consider, if he got out, say, that 6 traders because he upgraded 6 techs, all of a sudden that goal or that eco disparity that we have grows pretty significantly. So he got this with trade, but we got this without. Also the free upgrades, and our units are better. Delhi's very, very, very freaking strong right now. Very strong right now. And this is only going to get bigger and better because we're hitting age 3. About to get the 5 relics as well. Maybe 4. And yeah, we've got 3 sacred sites.